Hey guys, it's Blayde again from Car ID Security, and we have just completed a massive upgrade on this gorgeous Mercedes W108. So this customer came to us and inquired about overhauling his recently acquired W108 Mercedes, and we have definitely done that for him. It's a completely bone stock example when it came to us and was absolutely stunning. Underside is completely like brand new. It's a really, really good example of the car, so we were very, very happy to work on it. And we have kind of covered everything that the customer wanted to do and then some. So let me show you what we've done on the car. So the first thing we did, and the most noticeable modification, is the air suspension. And as you can see, this thing is sitting on the floor looking absolutely stunning. Let me show you what this does. Okay, so now obviously it looks great sitting on the floor like that, but you can't really drive it like that. So when the customer gets in the car, turns the engine on or just turns the ignition on, the system will wake up and automatically raise the car. We've got the compressors kicking in. We've got some nice quiet compressors in there, so it's not crazy loud. But then this is set now to the drive height and the customer can drive away. And also you can then drop it to a lower preset if you want to roll really low on a motorway or something like that. And then you also have a higher preset for going over speed humps, and then you can drop it back down to normal ride height. But the main party piece is when you air the car out. Press that lower button, press and hold. Then we sit on the floor. Now, as well as installing the airlift suspension as we usually do, we have also custom made this controller mount for the customer, wrapped in vinyl which matches all the original vinyl in the car, and that way the customer has something fixed in the car, looks completely original. And we've also added a USB point for him in here as well. And that USB point connects to this. This is the brand new Blayde Frankfurt MB. Now, we've just recently done a video on this, it should be out on the channel already, but this is basically old school style unit with newer features, but mainly aimed towards old school Mercedes and other vehicles around the 60s and 70s era. It's a perfect match for this vehicle because the unit that came out of here was almost identical. It's got that old school style face, so even with the car off, this has got a timer on it and it looks like that old school style. But then when we turn the unit on, it goes to a more digital screen, but I can also swap it over to be the old school style, and I can change my frequency just like the old school style units, and I can switch it back over. I can also go into settings. I can change all stuff like the audio settings, so we can go into there, go into like an EQ, play around with it. I could do loads with this unit, but this has got Bluetooth streaming, hands-free calls, USB-A and USB-C connectivity, that old school style look, DAB radio. It's absolutely perfect for an old school car like this, but if you want modern features without it looking too tacky. So next up is the audio upgrade. So we can do a standard install with just a head unit. We've got to upgrade the audio, especially in these old cars where there's literally just one speaker in the dash and that is it. There's nothing else in the car, and even then that speaker didn't work. So what we've done is we've custom built 2 speaker pods in the kick panels. So we've got 6.5-inch Hertz speakers sitting down here. They're just woofers. We've mounted the tweeters up inside the dash in the original speaker location, and on the rear shelf we've custom made a shelf which is called a stealth shelf, which basically houses 2 6.5-inch coaxial speakers, but you could not tell if you look through that back window. It's just a carpeted shelf. As well as that, we've mounted a micro 4-channel amplifier up inside the dash behind this panel here, so it's all completely original looking. And we've also mounted 2 subwoofers in this car. Again, you'd never be able to tell. We've got a Hertz under seat subwoofer under this seat here, passenger side, and another one under the dash on the passenger side, which you cannot see at all. This thing sounds amazing. For an old school car, this thing absolutely rocks. that sounds great already, but I've not even turned the subwoofers up. We've put a bass controller under the dash here, so I'm going to turn the subs up. Even at this volume, I can hear the difference. Yeah, this is wicked. This kind of system is very rare to find. It's such a minimalistic setup, you could not tell. I mean, the only thing you can really see is the kick panel pods that we've made, but even then, they're kind of covered by the dash, so they're really not noticeable at all. Even when you're kind of driving, you've got your foot placement here, they do not interrupt. We've got the grills over them as well. We've got the tweeters up in the dash, and you can definitely hear the rear shelf speakers as well. And the subs, everything combined just sounds so wholesome. It all kind of blends together so well, and this customer is definitely going to be very, very chuffed when he hears the system. Now, the main thing a lot of people are concerned with air suspension is where's it going to go? Is it going to take up loads of boot space? Is it going to look tacky? Is it going to look not very nice in my car? Now, when we install an airlift system, we don't just throw it together. We think about the logistics of actually having it in the boot, whether it's going to impede on the boot space, if you want to keep the spare wheel or not, those kind of things. Now, what we've done here is exactly that. So the boot is not small on this car by all means. You could still fit a good couple of bodies in here anyway. But we basically made a partition wall and a mounting system. So all behind this panel here that we've made is the full airlift install. So as you can see, we've done a little window for the chrome tank that we've put in there. But this board just drops down, it's on Velcro. So you can move the wheel out of the way, drop this all down, you can service the system, get to everything you need to, and you can put that board back up, put the spare wheel back in, and you're away, ready to go. Okay, so that is it. What do you guys think of the install we have done in this gorgeous W108 Mercedes? I mean, this thing was a stunner to start with, but this thing looks out of this world now, definitely, and definitely sounds it as well, and the customer's definitely going to be happy. Now, in terms of specifics on what we've used, now, we've used the Airlift 3P kit as a management system in this vehicle, as you can see by the controller, and that's obviously all housed in the custom racking that we've built in the boot and the partition. In terms of struts, we use our own brand X-Low struts. These are perfect for Mercedes, loads and loads of options for old school Mercedes and BMWs and stuff like that. So we always use those, and they are completely bulletproof, fantastic struts. In terms of the audio equipment, we've used the Blayde Frankfurt MB. That's that brand new retro, proper old school style, 60-70 style head unit, just recently out to the market. And we have also done a full in-depth review of that unit, which you can see in the link below. In terms of the speakers and subwoofers, we've used mostly Hertz equipment. So we've used Hertz 6.5-inch component speakers in the front and 6.5-inch coaxials on the rear shelf. The two underseat subwoofers are the Hertz underseat subs, the DBA 201s. And for the micro amplifier, we have used the Eaton 4-channel, such a small little tiny amplifier that you can hide away anywhere, perfect for these old cars, but gives a really, really good output. So you don't have to crank the volume so high to get a really, really high volume out of this, but clarity as well. So guys, that is it for the overview of the W108 Mercedes build. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and enjoyed what we've actually done to the car. If you have, make sure you drop it in the comments below, what you would have done differently or what you've liked about the build. Again, as always, make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.